So I hope I was able to clear the different types of learning modalities so that now I can move on to some practical tips that I am actually doing I am doing or following also. And I hope this is going to be something that you can use as well. So the 4 tips or suggestions are as follows. So number 1, please embrace the challenge. So embrace the challenge. The second is be in the know. The third is know what will work for you. And the 4th is to practice self-care. So I'll go through it one by one, and we'll begin with number 1, embrace the challenge. So I've used the word challenge, okay? I will not sugarcoat it because totoo naman, this is very challenging for us, okay? And I think at this time, we need to really start accepting the fact that our children will learn from home. And because we prioritize safety, we should be ready to accept this new role. We can reframe the way we think and how to do it. So this is how we embrace the challenge. Now, second is be in the know. So be in the know would mean, okay, we have embraced the challenge. We have accepted the fact that our children will be learning from home. So what do we do now? Okay, so the next step for us now is we have to arm ourselves with information. We need to find more information about how this will go. When I say be in the know, you can now go or you can now be more specific about this. And when I say specific, if you've enrolled or if you are going to do homeschooling, so know more about homeschooling, okay? And if that homeschooling or the homeschooling is actually connected with an accredited school, know more about it. Now, the third is know what will work for you. And you have to look into, okay, your family. And when I say family, this will be now a family effort, okay? For other families, if the mother is actually not working or if the father is not working, then we can now already assume that that parent is assigned to help, okay, the child or the children. But what if, again, we go back, both parents are actually working? So on my end, just like what I've mentioned to you, both of us are working full-time. What I am looking into is for the asynchronous tasks, we might do it in the afternoon when my work is done already. So the schedule, when there was face-to-face, would now be different in our household. Family effort is very important now as we embrace this challenge. And lastly, number 4, what I said here is to practice, and I want to end here, self-care. So what do I mean by that? So practice self-care, number 4, is very important, but I'm sure some of you would think, hey, nako, I don't have time for self-care. And mind you, research says that it does not need to be whole day. Okay, I was able to read one research, and it says it will only take, okay, so guess how many minutes of self-care for it to be beneficial. So it says 10 to 15 minutes a day would be beneficial already. And this is something that I do usually before taking a bath. So I would just have 10 to 15 minutes and I would listen to a podcast that, talks about daily things that are happening in our daily lives. So it's up to you how you would practice self-care. It might be maybe watching one episode of your favorite movie. It can be rewatching also. Because again, I would want to share or emphasize that you cannot pour from an empty cup, okay? So kung ang cup natin, this one, is empty, okay, and the cup is us, wala na tayong maibabahagi. So we cannot share. That means to say we cannot take care, okay, of our children, of our household. So again, make sure you practice this, and you would only need 10 to 15 minutes. So again, let me just recap the 4 tips that I shared with you. So it's number 1, I hope you start embracing the challenge by changing your mindset, trying to be more positive, okay? Also by being in the know, finding more, by finding the specifics, learning more about the specifics already based on what you have chosen or what the family has decided to be the learning mode, okay, for your children. And look into, okay, within your family, what will work for you. And then lastly, practice self-care. So those 4 tips I hope will be very helpful. I hope that we can come out stronger from this experience. We will learn new things from each other. I'm sure your children will learn from you. And you will learn from your children, just like what I've mentioned, how they are in terms of schooling. And I know that we can adapt, okay, in this new normal, and that we will face this unexpected, but then again, comforting, because we share this common challenge. And that means to say, we fellow parents, we are here for each other. So do not hesitate to reach out if you have concerns to, parents that possibly studying in your own, in the school where your daughter or son is also studying. And then with that, I hope you join me again next Thursday, because next Thursday is another episode of Learning from Home with Teacher Clar. But this time, I will talk about tips, again, practical tips that we can use, but involving our children already. So if you notice, my focus for this episode is more of what we can do first as parents, okay? What we can do first before we move on, okay, to asking our children, or before we move on to involving our children in preparation for this coming school year. And I hope as you join me next Thursday, you'll also share some tips on what you are doing at home now, be it finding maybe a place for the learning from home or online distance learning to take place, and other things. So see you again on Thursday. This is Teacher Clar, Learning from Home.